Today we are looking at a highly requested comedian, George Carlin. We are going to be looking at some of his best, funniest moments. I don't know anything about this guy or who this guy is. It looks like he was a comedian from back in the day. From what it looks like, he did stand-up comedy. This is a little bit of an older kind of video looking, so it seems like it must have been a little while ago. We're gonna find out today what this guy has in store, George Carlin, and look at his best freaking moments. If you do like this video, like, subscribe, and comment down below anything else you would like to see me react to. So let's get into this video.
Now, folks, here's something else I got a problem with. The 10 Commandments. Here's my problem. Why are there 10? You don't need 10. I think the list of commandments was deliberately and artificially inflated to get it up to 10. It's a padded list. Here's what they did. About 5,000 years ago, a bunch of religious and political hustlers got together to try to figure out how to control people, how to keep them in line.
Okay.
They knew people were basically stupid and would believe anything they were told, so they announced that God had given them some commandments. Up on a mountain, when no one was around, God had given them the 10 Commandments.
Okay.
But let me ask you this. When they were sitting around making this shit up, why did they pick 10? Why 10? Why not 9 or 11? I'll tell you why. Because 10 sounds official. 10 sounds important. They knew if it was 11, people wouldn't take it seriously. So what, are you kidding me? The 11 Commandments? Get the fuck out of here. But 10 sounds important. 10 is the basis for the decimal system. It's a decade. It's a psychologically satisfying number. The top 10, the 10 most wanted, the 10 best dressed. So having 10 commandments was really a marketing decision.
Oh, fuck.
And to me,
5,000 years ago.
It's clearly a bullshit list. It's a political document artificially inflated to sell better. I'm going to show you how you could reduce the number of commandments and come up with a list that's a little more workable and logical.
Okay.
We're going to start with the first 3, and I'll use the Roman Catholic version because those are the ones I was taught as a little boy. I am the Lord thy God. Thou shalt not have strange gods before me. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain. Thou shalt keep holy the Sabbath. Right off the bat, the first 3, pure bullshit. Sabbath day, Lord's name, strange gods, spooky language. That
is true.
Designed to scare and control primitive people. In no way does superstitious nonsense like this apply to the lives of intelligent, civilized humans in the 21st century. You throw out the first 3 commandments, you're down to 7. Next, honor thy father and mother. Obedience, respect for authority. Just another name for controlling people. The truth is, obedience and respect should not be automatic. They should be earned. They should be based on the parent's performance.
That's very true. It's very true.
All right?
That's right.
Some parents deserve respect. Most of them don't. Period. You're down to 6. Now, in the interest of logic, something religion is very uncomfortable with, we're going to jump around the list a little bit. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness. Stealing and lying. Well, actually, these 2 both prohibit the same kind of behavior. Dishonesty, stealing, and lying. So you don't need 2 of them. Instead, you combine them and you call it thou shalt not be dishonest. And suddenly, you're down to 5. And as long as we're combining, I have 2 others that belong together. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife. Once again, these 2 prohibit the same kind of behavior.
They can be the same thing.
In this case, marital infidelity. The difference is coveting takes place in the mind, and I don't think you should outlaw fantasizing about someone else's wife. Otherwise, what's a guy going to think about when he's waxing his carrot? But marital fidelity is a good idea, so we're going to keep the idea and call this one, thou shalt not be unfaithful. And suddenly, we're down to 4.
Okay.
But when you think about it,
honesty
and fidelity are really part of the same overall value. So in truth, you could combine the 2 honesty commandments with the 2 fidelity commandments and give them simpler language, positive language instead of negative, and call the whole thing, thou shalt always be honest and faithful, and we're down to 3. Thou shalt, they're going away fast. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's goods. This one is just plain fucking stupid. Coveting your neighbor's goods is what keeps the economy going. Am I right? Your neighbor gets a vibrator that plays "Oh Come All Ye Faithful." You want to get one too. Coveting creates jobs. Leave it alone. You throw out coveting and you're down to two now. The big honesty and fidelity commandment, and the one we haven't talked about yet, thou shalt not kill. Murder. The fifth commandment. But when you think about it,
Oh, God.
when you think about it, religion has never really had a big problem with murder. Not really. More people have been killed in the name of God than for any other reason. All you have to do...
Oh, shite.
All you have to do is look at Northern Ireland, the Middle East, Kashmir, the Inquisition, the Crusades, and the World Trade Center to see how seriously the religious folks take "thou shalt not kill." The more devout they are, the more they see murder as being negotiable.
That is very
It's
true.
negotiable. You know?
I mean...
It depends. It depends. It depends on who's doing the killing and who's getting killed. So, with all of this in mind, I leave you with my revised list of the 2 commandments. Thou shalt always be honest and faithful to the provider of thy nookie. And thou shalt try real hard not to kill anyone, unless, of course, they pray to a different invisible man from the one you pray to. 2 is all you need. Moses could have carried him down the hill in his fucking pocket. And if they had a list like that, I wouldn't mind those folks in Alabama putting it up on the courthouse wall. As long as they included one additional commandment, thou shalt keep thy religion to thyself. But I want you to know...
it started off a little slow, but it's an interesting take, to say the least. I mean, it's obviously comedy, but I mean, he's not entirely wrong about pretty much everything he said. It's good. I mean, stand up. Look at that. I enjoyed that. That was interesting. I want to see a little more. I want you to know something. This is sincere. I want you to know, when it comes to believing in God, I really tried. I really tried. I tried to believe that there is a God who created each of us in his own image and likeness, loves us very much, and keeps a close eye on things. I really tried to believe that, but I gotta tell you, the longer you live, the more you look around, the more you realize something is fucked up. Something is wrong here. War, disease, death, destruction, hunger, filth, poverty, torture, crime, corruption, and the ice-capades. Something is definitely wrong. This is not good work. If this is the best God can do, I am not impressed. Results like these do not belong on the resume of a supreme being. This is the kind of shit you'd expect from an office temp with a bad attitude. And just between you and me, in any decently run universe, this guy would have been out on his all-powerful ass a long time ago. And by the way, I say this guy because I firmly believe, looking at these results, that if there is a God, it has to be a man. No woman could or would ever fuck things up like this. Now, here's another example of overprotection. Did you ever notice on the TV news, every time some guy with an AK-47 strolls onto a schoolyard and kills 3 or 4 kids and a couple of teachers, the next day, the school is overrun with counselors and psychiatrists and grief counselors and trauma therapists trying to help the children cope. Shit. When I was in school, someone came to our school and killed 3 or 4 of us. We went right on with our arithmetic. 35 classmates minus 4 equals 31. I'll tell you what they ought to do about homelessness first. That was a good one. I had to say, he talks a lot about religion. I don't know if that's just this compilation or if that's actually kind of part of his comedy. I like his comment about it being a man because I could see that. And then the overprotection part, it's funny how different things are compared to probably when he was in school. And I mean, even then, literally these stand-ups are in the 90s. And even things in the 90s were so different, you know? Look, I have my own opinions on overprotection. All I'm going to say is that I very much agree with him. That is all I'm going to say.
Thing, change the name of it. Change the name of the condition. It's not homelessness, it's houselessness. It's houses these people need. A home is an abstract idea. A home is a setting. It's a state of mind. These people need houses, physical, tangible structures. But where are you going to put them? Where are you going to build them? Nobody wants you to build low-cost housing near their house. People don't want it near them. We got something in this country, you've heard of it, it's called NIMBY, N-I-M-B-Y. Not in my backyard. People don't want any kind of social help located anywhere near them. You try to open up a halfway house, try to open up a rehab center for drugs or alcohol, try to build a little home for some retarded people who want to work their way into the community. People say, not in my backyard. People don't want anything near them, especially if it might help somebody else. Part of the great American spirit of generosity we're always told about. Big, generous American nation. Ask an Indian about that. Ask an Indian how generous this country is. If you can find one, you got to locate the Indian first. We've made him just a little difficult to find. Or if you need current data, select a black family at random and ask them how generous this country has been. People don't want anything near them, even if it's something they believe in, something they think society needs, like prisons. Everybody wants that, right? Everybody wants more prisons. That's the new answer to all of our problems. Lock a lot of motherfuckers up. Everybody wants more prisons. They say, build more prisons! But not here. Well, why not? What's wrong? What's the problem? What's wrong with having a prison in your neighborhood? Would seem to me like it would make it a pretty crime-free area, don't you think? You think like crackheads and muggers and pimps and hookers are going to be hanging around in front of a fucking prison? Bullshit, they ain't coming anywhere near it.
That's not,
what's wrong with these people? All the
right.
criminals are locked up behind the walls. And if a couple of them do break out, what do you think they're going to do? Hang around? Check real estate trends? Bullshit. They're fucking gone. That's the whole idea of breaking out of prison, is to get the fuck as far away as you possibly can. I got just a place for low-cost housing. I have solved this problem. I know where we can build housing for the homeless. Golf courses. Perfect. Golf courses. Just what we need.
Interesting take. I want to see why.
In nice neighborhoods, land that is currently being wasted on a meaningless, mindless activity engaged in primarily by white, well-to-do male businessmen who use the game to get together to make deals to carve this country up a little finer among themselves.
Okay,
I am getting
that's very
tired.
true. I love how he's like this the whole time. He's like this the whole time. It's like...
I am getting tired of these golfing cocksuckers in their green pants and their yellow pants
their hat.
and their orange pants and their precious little hats
Yeah.
and their cute little golf carts. It is time to reclaim the golf courses from the wealthy and turn them over to the homeless. Golf is an arrogant, elitist game, and it takes up entirely too much fucking room in this country. Too much fucking room in this country.
It does take up a lot of room.
It is an arrogant game on its very design alone. Just the design of the game speaks of arrogance. Think of how big a golf course is.
Yeah.
The ball is that fucking big. What do these pin-headed pricks need with all that land? There are over 17,000 golf courses in America. They average over 150 acres apiece. That's over 3 million acres. That's 4,820 square miles. You could build 2 Rhode Islands and a Delaware for the homeless on the land currently devoted to this meaningless, mindless, arrogant, elitist, racist. There's another thing. The only blacks you'll find in country clubs are carrying trays. And a boring game for boring people. Did you ever watch golf on television? It's like watching flies fuck.
What?
And a mindless game. Mindless.
I mean...
Think of the intellect.
Okay.
Think of the intellect it must take to draw pleasure from this activity. Hitting a ball with a crooked stick and then walking after it. And then hitting it again. I say, pick it up, asshole. You're lucky you found the fucking thing. Put it in your pocket and go the fuck home. Go the fuck home. You're a winner.
Okay. I'm not gonna disagree. I do think golf is an extremely slow sport. I even played it at one point when I was younger, and I was like, what the fuck am I doing? I went from basketball to golf, and I didn't think twice about going back because I was like, what the fuck is this shit? I was like, hell no, bro. I'm like, I got better things to do than fucking chase after a ball for 4 hours on the same goddamn course. But it was fun when I was younger. But anyways, now I will say that I live in a community where they have golf courses, and it does take up a lot of fucking room. That I will say. And all of the houses are basically surrounding the golf course. So it's just funny because I'm like, he's not wrong. I mean, it takes up so much goddamn space, a golf course. Like he said, what did he say, 4,800 and something miles of acres of land? That's a lot of fucking land, dude. That's a lot of fucking land. He talks a lot about religion, which is an interesting take. I mean, I feel like it's an interesting take because I feel like it's not something many comedians, much less stand-up comedians, talk about. So, all right, let's see.
Everyone in this country's always running around yammering about their fucking rights. I have a right. You have no right.
2008.
We have a right. They don't have a right. Folks,
Oh, he
I hate
looks
to spoil
older.
your fun, but there's no such thing as rights, okay? They're imaginary. We made them up, like the boogeyman. The Three Little Pigs, Pinocchio,
Looks
Mother
so
Goose,
much
shit
older.
like that. Rights are an idea. They're just imaginary. They're a cute idea. Cute. But that's all. Cute and fictional. But if you think you do have rights, let me ask you this. Where do they come from? People say, well, they come from God. They're God-given rights. Oh, fuck, here we go again. Here we go again.
We know his belief on that.
The God excuse, the last refuge of a man with no answers and no argument. It came from God. Anything we can't describe must have come from God. Personally, folks, I believe that if your rights came from God, he would have given you the right to some food every day, and he would have given you the right to a roof over your head. God would have been looking out for you. God would have been looking out for you. You know that? He wouldn't have been worried about making sure you have a gun so you get drunk on Sunday night and kill your girlfriend's parents.
Oh shit! He's so fucking right though. Oh my god. Oh no. Oh, he's so right. Oh god, he's so right. Ooh. Pew 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 pew. Shots fired. Woo.
But let's say it's true. Let's say God gave us these
Okay.
rights. Why would
Okay.
he give us a certain number of rights? The Bill of Rights in this country has 10 stipulations, okay?
True.
10 rights.
Okay.
And apparently God was doing sloppy work that week because we've had to amend the Bill of Rights an additional 17 times. So God forgot a couple of things like slavery. Just fucking slipped his mind. But let's say God gave us the original 10. He gave the British 13. The British Bill of Rights has 13 stipulations. The Germans have 29.
Oh,
the
fuck.
Belgians have 25. The Swedish have only 6. And some people in the world have no rights at all. What kind of a fucking goddamn God-given deal is that? No rights at all? Why would God give different people in different countries different numbers of different rights? Boredom? Amusement? Bad arithmetic? Do we find out at long last, after all this time, that God is weak in math skills? Doesn't sound like divine planning to me.
I like this
Sounds
one.
more like human planning. Sounds more like one group trying to control another group. In other words, business as usual in America. Now, if you think you do have rights, one last assignment for you. Next time you're at the computer, get on the internet, go to Wikipedia. When you get to Wikipedia, in the search field for Wikipedia, I want you to type in Japanese Americans 1942, and you'll find out...
Wait. I got this. Japanese Americans 1942. Oh fuck, I can't spell. Oh fuck, why did I spell Japanese like that? Okay, don't look at that. During World War II, the United States relocated and incarcerated about 120,000 people of Japanese descent in 10 concentration camps operated by the world, whatever. About two-thirds were U.S. citizens. These actions were initiated by executive order issued by Franklin D. Roosevelt. So we were no better than the Germans. Holy shit, we're all connected. Oh, fuck. No. I mean, I do know, obviously, part of, like, some of this history. I don't know what here is all real and what's not because it's Wikipedia, but he brings up a good point. He does bring up a good fucking point. I mean, like I said, we're not any better. I mean, we just did it. We just killed less people. That was all right. Anyways, we're gonna get back to this.
You know about it. You know about it. Yeah. In 1942, there were 110,000 Japanese American citizens and good standing, law-abiding people who were thrown into internment camps simply because their parents were born in the wrong country. That's all they did wrong. They had no right to a lawyer, no right to a fair trial, no right to a jury of their peers, no right to due process of any kind. The only right they had, right this way, into the internment camps. Just when these American citizens needed their rights the most, their government took them away. And rights aren't rights if someone can take them away. They're privileges. That's all we've ever had in this country is a bill of temporary privileges. And if you read the news even badly, you know that every year the list gets shorter and shorter and shorter. You see what I was saying?
Hey, I mean, he's got a point. He's got a point.
Yeah.
It does.
Sooner or later, the people in this country are going to realize the government does not give a fuck about them. Government doesn't care about you or your children or your rights or your welfare or your safety. It simply doesn't give a fuck about you. It's interested in its own power. That's the only thing, keeping it and expanding it wherever possible. Personally, when it comes to rights, I think one of two things is true. I think either we have unlimited rights or we have no rights at all. Personally, I lean toward unlimited rights. I feel, for instance, I have the right to do anything I please. But if I do something you don't like, I think you have the right to kill me. So where are you going to find a fairer fucking deal than that? So the next time some asshole says to you, I have a right to my opinion, you say, oh yeah? Well, I have a right to my opinion, and my opinion is you have no right to your opinion. Then shoot the fuck and walk away. Thank you.
I like how different of a take he has on things. Like, he's sitting in a room with a bunch of people, right? And like, I'm not going to say a percentage, but there's probably a good amount of people that like actually believe in God, that go to church, that do their thing. I have my own perspective of religion and stuff like that. And obviously when you're going to a stand-up comedy, you're putting yourself in the position to get offended or to get whatever, and you shouldn't because you chose to be there at the comedy stand-up. So don't get offended, right? But it's interesting to see his take on some things. This last story that he was telling about the rights and stuff, that was a good story. It's almost like his stand-up is like what he believes, but makes it funny. Like, it's almost like it's like a realistic stand-up comedy. It's not stories. It's not like, I'm sure he probably has that too, I don't know. But it's like it's not like stories about how, it's not Joey Diaz. Like, Joey Diaz takes his own personal stories and makes it into comedy, which is fantastic. But he is like, puts his point of views into comedy, basically. And I kind of like it. It's different. Like, I feel like I could listen to him for a long time and find obviously points of him funny, but obviously also kind of find points of him being like, damn, like he's kind of right, but like he's probably one of the only people who's gonna actually put it into words. You know what I mean? This was a little bit of a longer video, so I hope you guys enjoyed. A lot of people recommended this to me, and I did enjoy it. Like, I actually did. It wasn't the usual, oh my god, haha, this is hilarious, or this is insane. But I enjoyed it in a different perspective. That's all. I hope you guys enjoyed it too. If you did, please make sure to go like and subscribe down below. I greatly appreciate all of you, especially after hitting 10K subscribers, which is pretty freaking crazy. Comment down below if you'd like to see me do a part 2 or anybody else you would like to see me react to. I appreciate all of you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye. Peace.